Welcome back to Free Media. I'm Robby Soave.
And I'm Andrew Heaton.
President-elect Donald Trump conducted his first interview since winning a second term with Meet the Press Kirsten Welker. While the interview offered some insights into what Trump is planning for his first 100 days, from immigration to tariffs, and whether he wanted the Justice Department to target his critics and rivals. But what also circulated on social media was this moment of Trump calling out Welker on media bias. Let's watch.
Just remember, unselect committee, a year and a half of sworn testimony, and after getting all of the testimony, they deleted it, and they destroyed almost everything. There's nothing left. It's unprecedented.
And they deny doing that.
If you do that in a civil case, you go to jail.
You know they deny doing that. And officials say that the order never came in for the National Guard.
They put out a statement.
On January 6th, let me ask you this about January 6th. I think you're going to want to answer
Benny Thompson wrote in a statement that he has destroyed all evidence.
Let me ask you this about January 6th.
I wish you could be you have such potential. If you could be just non-biased, you hurt yourself so badly. I'm telling you, they deleted and destroyed all the evidence. Everyone knows it. And you slough it off like it doesn't mean anything.
No, I'm just saying they deny it. That's all I'm saying.
Were they doing that interview in a mezzanine? It looked like they were doing it in the vestibule of a hotel. Where was that?
Well, it was just so a successful businessman can mentor this promising young journalist and help her succeed in her career. What a guy, that Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great.
That's all. End of segment.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
No, this was actually the less objectionable part of the interview, because what was immediately before this was him saying tariffs are great and I love them and tariff is my favorite word ever and every day is tariff day and ooh, ouch, ooh, no, we don't want them. Even the smarter people in the incoming administration who are defending tariffs are defending them on this is a negotiating tactic.
Temporary
this
pressure
is leverage.
We're putting on for IP law. Yeah,
we don't actually want to do it, but Trump was being like, no, I want to do it.
Trump read up to 1790 in a history textbook, was like, great, mercantilism, got it. Let's stick with that. Get all the gold.
So we don't want to see that happen because the number one thing tariffs will do is cause prices to rise even further. It's the top concern of Americans, prices being out of whack now. Please, Mr. President, don't do it.
100%. Okay, segment over. Yeah,
segment
yay,
over.
free trade.
In terms of the deleting of various information, I'm frankly not sure what was being discussed there. But I will, to try to defend, well, I'm not going to defend what Trump was saying, but they go harder on him in these interviews, I think it's fair to say, than Democratic people get pushback from such mainstream people. I mean, Kamala Harris largely avoided doing as many mainstream interviews as she possibly could. Trump didn't do that many either, although J.D. Vance did tons of them. And he's not my favorite guy. I dislike a lot of his policies, but he made himself, I think he came off favorably from a lot of those interviews because the press goes so hard on him versus some of the Democrats they bring on. Trump just did the kind of friendly podcast circuit, which actually worked out really well, and I don't know what that says about us or anything. But that's kind of the media strategy I see.
I think they're both right in that. I think that the press is completely right to always put the pressure on anybody that has the power to take your money or kill you. I think that in the same way that in a court of law, it is productive to have an adversarial relationship between the defense attorney and the prosecuting attorney. Journalists should always have an adversarial relationship with whoever's in power, even if they're in the same political party. My problem with the media is not that they go hard on Donald Trump, it's that they don't go hard on Joe Biden. When Trump lost the last election, I think it was the Washington Post's fact checker tweeted going on vacation. And I was like, what? No. Now's the time you need to see, right? So I think that's where the media should be. On the Trump thing, though, he lies all the time. I think that the media is correct to want to put pressure on him. Having watched him scrupulously over the last 2-3 years, I think he believes whatever he says as he's saying it, which is part of why he gets so angry. I think he means what he says, but it might be untethered to what previously happened. So he is correct in saying, you guys are going really hard on me and you're playing favorites. Yes, I agree. They're correct in going you tend to speak in everything hyperbolically as if P.T. Barnum were issuing a press statement. So maybe we should push back on that a little bit. They're both right in that regard.
Right, and then we try to say, well, it was what he said was not correct. But I guess this 16% of it, if you kind of turn it this sideways, there's a kernel of something that's correct there, which is not a standard. That's a very low standard to hold our political figures, let alone the President of the United States, to.
Can I let people know that you play Dungeons and Dragons? Can we?
Oh, they know.
Can we discuss our personal lives in here?
They know
so,
all about that.
I think that like Democrats just get +2 charisma with media, and Republicans for some reason get +2 math. I think both are undeserved. I don't think that the Republicans are particularly good at fiscal prudence, but for some reason that's part of our national zeitgeist that like, well, tanks don't count. So the Republicans, that like tank math doesn't affect real math, so that's okay. And then meanwhile, yeah, the Democrats tend to get an easier hand there, yeah.
It's been interesting to watch Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on this whole, actually cut government spending binge that they're on, which I hope is successful. It's never successful ever any other time, but Elon seems really committed to it and has some level of influence for right now, I don't know how long it'll last, over Donald Trump. And he's actually gotten several Democrats to commit to, at least as far as the defense budget is concerned, finding things to cut, like people I don't always agree with. But Bernie Sanders has said favorable things lately about Elon Musk's plan to cut the defense budget. Ro Khanna has said the same thing. Jared Polis, who I often think says insightful things. This is the kind of bipartisanship, baby, that I can get on board with. Doesn't happen a lot. Cut that defense budget.
I would.
Then we get to the entitlements, but first the defense budget.
I'm a fiscal apocalyptic when it comes to the debt and the deficit. So anybody that can narrow that debt, fantastic. I am not holding my breath on a task force that's named after a meme coin being able to actually deliver those goods, but I wish them the absolute best of luck. I like it when Lankford puts out his shrimp running on treadmill thing that comes out every year to highlight some of the unnecessary.
What now? Who now?
Oh, do you not know this? So it used to be Senator Coburn from the great state of Oklahoma, who would make a compendium of all of the weird things.
All right, grants to study why mice are fat and depressed.
Exactly.
Or
like most recently, like we the American people gave $60,000 to a Shakespeare company on the border with Mexico to do a decolonialized Shakespearean interpretation of but it was let's say fairly frivolous.
Well,
with using other people's money.
Who are you to question the national security imperatives of the people, the experts?
So I'm all in favor of that. I am again, I'm not holding my breath. The bit that I was kind of surprised by was I think that the Democratic response to losing the 2024 election has kind of oscillated between the Matt Iglesias, like, guys, we got to double down on the economy, which, great, good job, Matt Iglesias. And then the other one's like, we're even more racist than we thought. And I'm like, you're going to lose again. Don't do that. And those same people, when the Elon Musk Doge committee came out, were like, wanting to cut the government. And I was like, it's not a good look for you to openly laugh at the idea of an efficient government.
Maybe sit this one out. Read the room. Do all those annoying things millennials say.
Pretend you're interested in a competently executed government that's a good steward of your money. I find all of that fun. I think like with Elon Musk too, if you were to give it's like somebody gave a monkey's paw to an environmentalist in the 1990s, and they're like, I want a foreigner to develop a brilliant battery that will go in electric cars all over America that are self-driving. It'd be the best thing in the world. Then the monkey paw twitched, and then Elon Musk popped out 20 years later.
And he is our best hope to become a multi-planet species. I just hope he doesn't get too distracted doing the government cutting, or especially running Twitter, which as much as I love and am addicted to Twitter and want whatever features he's putting on it, is this the best use of his time? I want to live on Mars.
Yeah.
I want to go to Mars. So keep your priorities straight, Elon, please. And I think we'll leave it there. Andrew Heaton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
We'll have more free media coming at you next week. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe in the meantime so you never miss any of our content. Thanks for watching.